Alright, welcome back to the Book Rookie channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing a book that I finished a week ago, The Shadow of What Was Lost by James Islington. This is the first book in the Lycanius trilogy. And yeah, I'm going to try to keep it spoiler free and kind of give you a quick overview of the story and my thoughts on it. So we get put into this world where we get the backstory of how everything came to be. We have three different types of people. We have your common people, we have gifted, and we have augurs. The gifted use this magic called essence, which pretty much just lets them manipulate everyday life and things of physical sort. They're able to provide light, they're able to heal, they're able to do certain attack moves. A pretty general magic system for the gifted. As in for the augurs, they're able to foresee the future as the way that it is through dreams and visions, as well as they're able to mess with people's minds and have telekinesis in a sense. Forgot to mention, whatever the augurs see about the future will for sure happen, and there's no way of changing it. And that kind of makes the story way more interesting and gets you thinking way more about what you just read about and how is that going to affect the future of the story. The way it all started, augurs used to be in rule and gifted used to serve under augurs, and then common people were at the bottom of the chain. Augurs ruled for a very long time until they made some wrong decisions. It led to some catastrophic events. Then they were overthrown by the common people. They were mostly killed, for all that we know. And the people who served under augurs, the gifted, were put under tenants, which limited their abilities completely. They weren't able to use it to their advantage at all. And so this is when we meet our three main characters. We have Ver, we have Davian, and we have Asha. And then halfway through the book, we meet another character named Caden. A coming-of-age quest story, pretty tropey for a fantasy read, but it is well done. To kind of summarize and not give away too many spoilers, we start at the toll where all these young kids are learning how to become gifted and how to obey the tenants. They have to pass these tests once they've spent enough time at the toll, training and learning. And Davian just realizes that he won't be able to pass the test even though he's been studying hard. He's been trying to bring the essence out and to be able to manipulate the essence, but he's not able to. But he still feels that he has something inside. He's just unsure of what it is. After a certain set of events, him and Ver get sent to deliver a certain object to a certain person. They start finding out things about this object that they're carrying. They're trying to figure out what magic it's using because it's nothing like they've ever seen before. This object leads them to that person that they need to deliver it to. While learning about the object, they run into some people where they learn about the history of this world that we're in. As the story progresses, not only that we see the characters develop just as a person, but also them learning more about their abilities. My favorite character in this book is honestly Caden. Once Caden gets brought in, we don't really know who he is. He doesn't know who he is. And as the book goes on, we start discovering and getting little bits and pieces of who he can potentially be. And then towards the end of the book, things just tie up. Things that we learned about in the beginning of the book tied up with the ending of the book, as well as the center and the climax. And just the time travel part was used so perfectly in this scenario. Honestly, my only critique of this book is how James writes a few of his characters' actions. I know it kind of sounds weird, but throughout the book, let's say a certain character runs his hand through his hair, and that sentence, oh, he brushed over his hair, or he touches hair. He touches hair nervously. And it just gets repeated so often. At the end of the book, you're like, okay, we get it. This certain character, he gets anxious, and he loves touching his hair. We get it. You don't have to say it again, but it just keeps on happening and happening. And there's a few other instances that I'm not going to bring up. And I understand if it was like a few times, but it was overwhelmingly a lot. And some of the other descriptions were kind of just copy and pasted. To just kind of give you the feel of the character. To be honest, I don't know what else to tell you about this book except that it's amazing. Good for the first time beginner like fantasy readers like myself. That was like my first big fat fantasy book that I've read, and I feel like I was just able to get into it super easily. And, you know, the prose weren't hard to read and the characters were easy to understand. If you're a longtime reader of fantasy, I think I'd only recommend you picking up this book just because of the complex magic system and the cool part of time travel. Time travel is a big part of this story, and it's done amazingly. To conclude, on the rookie scale, I'd give this book a solid 8 out of 10. Things could change. It could go lower. It could go higher in the future. But for now, with my lack of experience, I would just say it's an 8 out of 10 book. I enjoyed it. I recommend it. Thank you all so much for watching. I don't know if I did well of actually capturing what this book was about, but I did my best. If you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.